this was news that I didn't really want to cover because I just don't trust the source that it comes from, Illuminerdi, that I was piling through their entire webpage and just nothing seems, I don't know, legitimate on it. And I was really going to skip it, but so many people were asking me to touch on it. And I originally was going to just kind of talk about it on the stream, but then I didn't want to waste, the small 2 hour window that we have when we do our stream tonight on this stuff. So I figured I'd just put my thoughts into this segment and you guys could leave your comments and we could discuss it there and, that be that. And it's that of an announcement of the name of the next Transformer movie, in the live action series. And little tidbits of information, supposedly, take this all with a grain of salt. I don't know. A lot of stuff that's, again, it's people using a mixture of what we heard in the past that were rumors, that even those rumors are still kind of like, nothing is confirmed. But supposedly the working title of the next, Transformer movie is going to be Transformers Beast Alliance. So this is supposedly the Beast Wars movie that they have been working on all this time. It was supposed to have the director from Creed 2, which, by the way, if you really like the Rocky movies, I find that Creed 2 was okay. Creed 1 was way better, in my opinion, but director Stephen Capel Jr. of Creed 2 is going to be the director, supposedly, and James Vanderbilt is going to be co-writing the script along with Jobby Harold, who did the Army of Darkness remake in 2021. I don't know. I'm just... I don't believe any of this. I don't believe any of this stuff because, so supposedly the sources here, according to their sources, which, by the way, there is no sources, they claim that the movie is going to be a heist film and it's going to span between Brooklyn, New York and South America and will be set in the 1990s. And that right now, Capel and the production are currently looking for a lead African-American or Latino actor in his early to mid-20s for the lead role, along with a female co-lead that is older or slightly older who could pass as a native New Yorker. I don't know. Because, when I think Beast Wars and its lineage and history, I think of a heist film based in New York City. It's set in the 90s. The 90s part is probably the only accurate thing here. Beast Wars was from 95 to 99, almost into 2000. That's about as accurate as everything else. But then again, it's these live action movies done by Hollywood. I mean, so many times, it'll be like, oh, hey, this movie's going to be called, X-Men Day of the Future Past. And you have an idea in your head what it's going to be about, but it's not really what it's going to be about. Or, Age of Apocalypse, or, Old Man Logan, which ended up becoming Logan. A lot of times they use titles that have a lot of key marquee and a whole bunch of emotional investment with the audience, and they know that they could get, as long as they get that ticket sale, because there is no refund with movie tickets. Second you get that ticket sale and you're sitting in that seat, the moment you realize you made a mistake is already too late. And that's how, in all honesty, and people might disagree with me, that's how I think Avatar did so well, is that it wasn't so much that it was this amazing, great movie, is that there was so much hype that people went to see it, and when they realized it was okay, I guess, it became the greatest selling movie of all time for the longest time, until, the Marvel movies came and stepped all over that. Rightfully so, but I'm not going to get into that rant. So anyways, it's the info I'm reading here, it's they're looking to shoot between late spring and early summer of this year, and it's just, there's no mention of who the characters are going to be, what characters are going to be in it. But imagine, let's play devil's advocate here. Okay, so it already confirms that we're going to have human characters again, which are so something we enjoy in our Transformer fiction. Is just, and not to mention two main human characters. We're going to have two people, older individuals in their 20s, that are going to be the main human characters that are going to be part of this heist film. because Beast Wars was all about the heist film. So I guess the heist of the golden disc as they go across the Brooklyn and Hoboken and I don't know, Soho. I don't know, like to me it doesn't make any sense how this is going to work. And then of course they end up in South America. Hey, Beast Wars was supposedly, like, judging by what fans have figured out, most of it was based in Africa. So it's like, you're not even going to take them out, because when I think rhinoceroses and gorillas, hey, New York has rats, so I guess there's that one. But cheetahs and falcons, and it just makes me scratch my head. Unless they're gonna fall into one of the national museums in New York and start scanning some Velociraptor and T-Rex fossils and some I don't know, they're gonna have to go to some zoo in New York or something. I don't know. It's just me going like, look, you could write a script of anything. You could write any situation in any piece of fiction can be twisted and turned to make it work in the structure of what is expected. There's a way to take 2 pounds of Beast Wars and fit it into a 1 pound bag of logic. You could do it. It's going to be a mess, but you could do it. And I think that, assuming this is real, I'm already kind of being a little skeptical, because to me, what we were really hoping for, I honestly was really hoping for something similar to what they did with the Lion King live action, where, the argument could be, well, the live action Transformer movies that people want are really just CG movies, because at the end of the day, you're just taking, a Cybertronian battle, and it's just going to be CG backgrounds with CG characters. How is it really a live action movie? A live action movie is only really a live action movie the second a human appears and starts flailing its arms around and stuff. Then it's a live action movie. Where with the Lion King live action movie that Disney did, it kind of had that, they called it a live action movie because the environments, and they used animals with CG to kind of work something out. So I was kind of hoping it would be something more like that, where we could have, still the beautiful African terrain and everything that Beast Wars pretty much was featuring, or the tundra and stuff like that, still keep that live action vibe to make it feel real, as opposed to, let's say, a CG movie that would have all of those environments, and then use the same kind of tools that the Lion King movie did to bring those characters to life. Because part of Beast Wars' character development and storytelling was those characters in their alt mode anyways. And it just added an extra layer to it. Not having humans. Look, you want to cast people? Cast the voice actors. I understand, look, we're not going to get our Scotty McNeils, and we're not going to get our David Kays and Gary Chalks and stuff. But at least if you want to have your little actors that are wasting everyone's time in the budget of the movie, at least cast them in the roles of Optimus Primal, Rhinox, Cheetor, and so on and so forth. But it's just a heist film. Really? A heist film set in Brooklyn that goes to South America that requires 2 human characters based in the 90s. I'm telling you, if you just read that blurb alone, you would have never guessed it's for the Beast Wars movie. You would just be guessing it's like, oh, I guess they're doing a new Fast and the Furious that's a prequel to the old Fast and the Furiouses. It's when Dom and Paul Walker's character knew each other in the 90s, apparently, and they were doing a heist from Brooklyn to South Africa. I don't know. It's just, got to get across the border to avoid the cops. It's so silly. It really is. But again, at the end of the day, I'm reading too much into news that, for all I know, potentially is going to be probably false news. It's probably just a website that really just needs to get some traffic and clickbait. Illuminerdi, as it's called, which already makes my skin crawl just saying the name of the website. But I've already been talking about it for 10 minutes too long than I should have. And that's why I wanted to just do a segment here. That way it doesn't waste 10 minutes of the stream tonight instead. Because so many people were messaging me about this. So many. I was literally shopping in the supermarket today, and my phone was like, hey, you didn't cover this yet. Are you going to cover this? And it's like, nah, I really don't want to. it popped up on one small news outlet and then another, and then all of a sudden it's on the front page of like multiple Transformer websites, and I'm just going like, oh God, no, the people are running with this. And there's certain news that I just totally skip over because I just feel there's not enough credibility to them. Other news, sometimes I record it as like a little bit of a dog ear to go, okay, if this is false, then we know that this website is not a credible source for the future when they spout other stuff, or a person. But it's getting to a point now that like stuff like this, I don't know. If it's real, then I have my doubts about the future of a Transformer movie, especially one based off of a brand that a lot of us really like. And it had a very unique environment in its brand. I mean, when you really think about, let's say, Generation 1, Armada, Animated, Transformers Prime, and the Michael Bay movies, they all kind of shared the same premise and universe, where Beast Wars really was a unique entity in this prehistoric Earth, back in time, kind of thing. And I always felt that was kind of such a great fresh take that if you want to revitalize the movie and do something really different, that's one way to do it. But now we're just going to be in another city environment and some kind of Transformer wackiness with two human characters that are going to probably take up, no joke, 80 to 90% of the screen time and probably 95% of the dialogue. Oh boy, I hope so. I hope this is all wrong. I really do. Let me know what you think. I know most of you probably think this is all bull, but let me know what you think. Anyways, we got a stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday. What are we, the 6th today? Yeah, we are January 6th today. So come check us out. We'll do some super chats. We'll review the credible news this week, hopefully. And we'll take some questions and do some Q&A and stuff like that. And just hang out and talk about Transformers.